Welcome back to OG Fighters. We're starting our final episode rather unusually, in a Su-27. I really want to know what that crazy woman in the cockpit is saying. I think she's speaking Russian, but I'm not sure. Unfortunately, we're currently too slow for that warning to trigger, so let's go into a dive and get some speed. And then run our experiments. Alright, let's give it a shot. No, still no idea what she's saying. But I seem to remember that this phrase had a more complete version, like she's only saying the beginning. And I don't remember how to trigger the full version. Maybe I need to push the stick harder? Am I facing up or down? Oh, I think I remember. I can trigger it by pulling on the stick too hard. It's an OG warning. That last one was a warning that my engines burst. But before that, she was saying «излишек силы тяжести», meaning an excess of the force of gravity. Like, literally, word for word. Fuck this. Let's try something different. Nah, I don't think I can take this plane any higher than 16,000 meters, so let's try it in a dive. They say the A-10 is robust, rugged. Well, let's see how it takes a 10,000 meter vertical dive. With the realistic HUD, the speed on the left side is in knots again, not metric. How fast can it go? Can I take it to Mach 1? The altitude gauge is not doing too well. Now that's something you don't see every day, wing vortices on the A-10. And surprisingly my engine is still intact, even though I was not expecting this. Now keep an eye on the speed readout on the HUD in the cockpit. There's something fishy about it. In the meantime, I'll play with my gun. You see how the speed is capped at 550 knots? That's not how planes work, sorry. So that's apparently something that OVG does. There is a speed cap on the plane which is impossible to overcome. Also, the modeling of that gun, the A-10's cannon, is really crappy. It's more like a Browning machine gun firing than a Gatling cannon. If you've been paying attention to the way the map is built, you've noticed that the game is doing this classic flight sim trick, where there are 3D buildings to give you a sense of speed, something to attack or rush by, but at the same time, under them, there is a photographic map of the area, which is not to scale to the buildings. It's way smaller to give you an impression that you are higher when you look at it from, I don't know, a few thousand meters. The next big question is obviously, can you land on a random patch of land? No. Now let's check out the arena. It's very easy to start. You pick a plane, pick a wingman, and pick your loadout, and then you get into the arena. In fact, playing the arena for an obscene amount of time is kinda required for certain unlockables and achievements, obviously.
1 and 2 for takeoff.
Gargoyle, cleared for Sierra Hotel departure. Climb and maintain Angel 3. Switch departure 297.6.
Now you see the game is calling me a greenhorn. That is a pilot class, which is determined by the amount of points you get. You get them either in the arena or in multiplayer. So this is the arena. There's a Brownian motion of enemy planes on the minimap, and you are supposed to shoot them down. Unfortunately, even though I'm playing the campaign on the beginner difficulty, in the arena you do not get regenerating ammo. So, good luck landing all the time to get some new missiles when you're playing this. But as you saw, that was the prompt for automatic landing. I can just press down whenever I'm flying over a friendly airfield, and it doesn't matter how fast I'm flying, and I land immediately. So if you keep doing this for a while, in different areas of this map, it's pretty big, you can see an ace spawn, and then you shoot them down, and you get their plane.
Alright, nice kill!
Oh, I've got glory points. No idea what that does. Oh, maybe that's what determining my rank. Then what do the shoot-down points do? Experience? The really shitty part about this mode, though, is that there are a couple of aces that do not spawn until your pilot rank is high enough. Actually, until your pilot rank is, like, the highest possible.
That's right, you saw that, didn't ya?
And yeah, killing those special aces also gets you their planes and achievements to complete your collection. So, whoever bought this game to, to get some gamer score, this is their hell. Although reportedly, playing online and shooting down other players lets you rank up way, way faster. Good luck finding anyone. Alright, the plot.
Alright, listen up. We have Chairman...
So if you remember, we've been chasing the military-industrial complex all over the world, and we finally discovered their last secret base on some tiny island in the Indian Ocean, right next to the Antarctic.
Let's begin the mission briefing. This time, you'll neutralize an enemy base located on the coast. After neutralization, an Allied force will make an amphibious landing. This will be our frontline base. Gargoyle, after deployment, destroy AA ordnance surrounding the base. We've also confirmed the presence of battlecruisers in the vicinity. Keep an eye out for anti-aircraft attack. Don't drop your guard just because these are stragglers. These guys are desperate.
Wait, this voice line is recycled.
Your launch time is 11:30 hours. That is your mission. Come back in one piece.
I suppose.
Now, if you'll excuse me, there is nothing new we're going to see in the loadout screen, so I'm going to cut it. Let's jump right into the mission.
MCOM 1. Your mission is to neutralize the enemy airfield and destroy all AA vehicles in the vicinity. Stay out of sight of the warships and radar.
Wilco, it's not easy staying invisible. This is nerve-wracking. Gargoyle, warships confirmed. They're 12 o'clock. Watch out for AA fire. Roger, Jackknife. Thanks.
Wow, these slammers are really slow. And yeah, they're currently on their way to wipe out those scary, scary enemy warships they've warned me about. I think there's a fourth one on the radar. This should take a while. In the meantime, I can gain some altitude. If nothing else, I can gain altitude.
I've got tone.
Well, I've also got tone, but it's the wrong kind.
Gargoyle 1, great shot. You're not as bad as I thought.
Hey, I'm supposed to be invisible.
It's too late for sorry now. I've got tone.
Oh, I have an idea. What if I turn off my weapons? Just switch to the nav mode. I think that's supposed to massively reduce my emissions and somehow do a thing. Whoa.
Gargoyle 2 has been locked up. Descending.
I just switched to nav mode, they can't see you then.
Gargoyle 2, Fox 3.
Oh nice, she's taking care of those planes.
Gargoyle sight, 119. You're 12 o'clock. Confirm target, Gargoyle. Weapons free and ground armor in your sector. Wilco.
Oh nice. All three targets spawn at the same time.
Gargoyle 2, Fox 2. Shoot him!
Who? Where? Why?
I've got tone.
It may take a few hours for the missiles to arrive. No biggie, right?
Nice kill, Gargoyle 1.
Gargoyle 1, Mark 19. You are 12 o'clock.
Oh, not again.
I've got tone.
Have I forgotten to fire a missile at that target? Come on.
Gargoyle 1, you still with me? Engaging air target.
Alright, if it doesn't work the first time, shoot it again. I hope 2 is enough.
Gargoyle 2 has been locked up. Descending. Gargoyle, site is destroyed. Good work. No problem so far, and I'd like to keep it that way.
Mission accomplished. Head home immediately.
We've blown stuff up, so what's our next step in this mission?
We have neutralized the enemy base. The Allied fleet is currently engaging the enemy fleet. This should cripple the enemy's sea power. Gargoyle, carry out maintenance and resupply at the base, then prepare for your next mission. That is all.
You seem to be in rough shape. You made an awful lot of mistakes out there.
Ha, well my hit is as big as yours, and I'm less mental. How many more yellow missions do I have to endure for this to be over? Oh, we're already at the end. That's nice. Unless there are 2 red missions.
Let's begin the briefing. Thanks to your efforts, remaining enemy forces have gathered at a base in the center of an uninhabited island within the mission zone. Your mission is to attack what's left of the enemy squadrons and then secure the base's port facilities. We expect SAM anti-aircraft attacks in the area surrounding the base. Stay sharp until it's all over and focus on destroying your targets.
What the fuck is SAM anti-aircraft attacks?
Your launch time is 1000 hours. One more thing. This is your final order and I won't forgive anybody who violates it.
And what's it gonna be? I need scissors, 61.
You come back alive. That is all.
Really? It seems that this guy's entire performance was building up to this moment when he tells us to come back alive. Though I'm not sure why we're supposed to care about him not forgiving us. Is he secretly out dead? Give us some plot, game.
Not a bad choice.
We're going with the classic 4 slammers and 20 air-to-air missiles loadout. You know, just in case we run into some trouble.
nothing left to lose. Expect a fierce counterattack. All right, this is it. Good luck.
Should I taxi last time for the final mission? No.
Tower, Gargo 1 and 2 for takeoff.
MCOM 1.
The first phase of the mission seems surprisingly low-key. Only 4 ground targets. After all we've been through, this is nothing.
Gargo 2 airborne. Switching over to strike. Focus on the ground targets, but keep an eye out for bandits. Wilco.
Sagely advised there from a guy sitting in a chair on the ground. Why is it so quiet? Usually these boss missions have a ton of radio chatter.
Gargoyle, we are pregnant this time. We'll leave the first half to you. Roger that, Steve Miss. This is a critical responsibility. Take great care.
He's on my nose. I got tone. Red 2, take left. Foot spike, my 4 o'clock, defend it.
So, who is pregnant with a great responsibility? Game, would you like to elaborate on that? Alright. 15,000 feet is a fairly decent altitude if you want to avoid getting shot down. It's less impressive in meters, but everything is.
Lost.
Funny, but the game HUD does not have what the realistic one does. The estimated time until the missile reaches the target. And there's our first primary target. And there is a second one a bit farther. And why is this mission so quiet? Did they run out of budget for voice acting or for script?
Gargoyle, we have target. You're 12 o'clock.
Roger, Jack Knight. Thanks. Gargoyle 1, Mud 19.
Lost.
You're 12 o'clock. Nice kill, Gargoyle 1. Gargoyle 1, great shot.
I see target number 4 on the minimap. That's the one I haven't sent a jet-propelled present yet.
Lost.
Yet. Engaging ground target.
There we go, one more shot and this phase of the mission should be over and done with. Technically. We still need to wait.
Did you see that?
Watch the friendlies, watch him. That was a little close.
Now, would you believe this if I told you that it's going to take nearly half a minute, well, kinda 20 seconds at this point, for that last missile to reach its target, and absolutely nothing is going to happen in the meantime? Really? Is this really the final mission of the campaign? I'm not buying this. No, there's got to be some really shitty secret hiding behind this one. They're gonna release the Kraken or something.
Gargoyle, we have new targets. Multiple targets from the center of the island. They're close. Watch out.
Lost.
Yeah, really close. Thanks for spawning me here.
Jackknife to Gargoyle. Land-based anti-ship missiles confirmed at new coordinates. MCOM 1. These missiles are targeting the Allied fleet and land bases. Destroy the missiles before they launch.
Wilco. If we quit now, it will mean nothing. Let us finish this. Rapier 1, contact. Bullseye 315, 17 miles, 9,000. X-35? They have X-35s!
Starburst, roger. 315, 17 miles, 9,000. X-35, huh? Hostile.
We must defeat them. Stay focused.
Saber 3. Think back. Keep your speed down. You can't turn with us. Jackknife to Gargoyle. Land-based anti-ship missiles confirmed within radar range. You're 12 o'clock. Stop those missiles, Gargoyle.
Wilco.
Rapier 1, defending.
Starburst, Rapier. All bandits splashed. Rapier 1, Starburst. Roger. Excellent work.
Okay, we've got only 4 main targets again.
Gargoyle 1, great shot.
And there is no action music playing right now, so this has got to be phase 2 out of 3, and the third one is going to be really bad. The final target has got to be among that cluster of buildings on the coast. Let's watch the missile hit it.
Gargoyle bandits splashed. Fine job. Starburst or Rapier. Somebody, please advise us to combat results.
We got him, Gargoyle. We got him. Glad to see you made it too.
I wonder if this means we can finally catch our prey.
That's it? There has to be another mission after this. This has been a 5-minute walk in the park, although it did boost 3 of my stats at the same time, including mental. Oh, sorry, there's absolutely nothing worth watching in the replay. It's kind of embarrassing for a mission this late in the game, really.
With this, our assigned missions are complete. Their units gave their all. However, our job is not yet finished. I expect you to continue to deliver. That is all.
If we begin to depend on luck, we cannot fly again. That is what I was thinking. But maybe I underestimated luck. We are alive only because we were lucky.
And that's the moral of the story. Oh, this music again. So, this has been OverG Fighters. And OverG Fighters has been a fairly solid disappointment. Really, it's a game with no target audience. It features elements of a pretty serious flight simulator, but does fuck all to explain it to, like, a more casual player. But at the same time, its mission design is a fucking abomination. It's just arena fight after an arena fight, and enemies spawning out of thin air, which doesn't really go well with realistic weapons and realistic sensors. What the fuck happened? You know, people have been asking for the duration of this Let's Play what happened with the studio, but I checked the credits, and it seems that the original Energy Air Force, Aim Strike, and OverG share 20 to 30 people of the same core staff. Like, the map planner... the mission planner of Aim Strike is one of the map designers in this thing. If anything, at this point, out of the 3 games in the series, it is Aim Strike that is an outlier. Maybe some guy walked through the studio and just told them, "Hey guys, you've got realistic planes, why don't you make realistic missions?" And they did it for one game, and they didn't like it for some reason. And so they made this, because OverG is a return to the structure of the original Energy Air Force. Well, there wasn't much structure in the original Energy Air Force, there were just 10 arena missions, and the last one was a bullshit one with a ridiculously high number of targets. And in OverG they remade it with 7 to 8 times as many crappy missions. No wonder there hasn't been another game in the series. Now, I'm going to be done with this game in this update, because replaying the same missions for the dubious pleasure of unlocking a few reskins of the planes I already have is not exactly tickling my fancy. I'm going to read you a paragraph from the next game I'm going to play, from the manual. It's also a flying game, and it's never been released in America, and I'm terribly sorry, it's a Simple 2000 game, but check this out. This is from the manual. A description of one of the planes. Effective against both ground and sea enemies, this powerful and well-balanced aircraft is suitable for all situations. Scorpion's unique silhouette has always fascinated aircraft lovers. Its firepower, which has earned it the aircraft that you would least want against you prize for 3 years in a row, is such that only enemy remains are left on the battlefield. Already sounds very, very special, doesn't it? Well, it's been localized from Japanese into English. Well, not localized, no, translated by our old friends, 505 Games, an Italian company. I believe they did get someone to proofread their translation, sort of, in their spare time, without paying them too much. But they only did it for the manual, what I've read. As for the game itself, I'm firmly convinced that it's entirely untainted by human intelligence. So yeah, coming up is a simple 2000 game with a translation worse than OVG Fighters. By the way, good job Ubisoft, you really showed how much you cared. Alright, this is it. There is no way in hell I'm touching Hell mode. No, I am not touching the Hell mode. Alright, let's just take a peek. One mission. And I'm not guaranteeing that I'm going to beat it. We'll just see what it's like. Incidentally, if you want to start a regular New Game Plus in OVG, you need to start a new game overwriting your old save. It's weird. Anyway, this is Hell mode. You need to finish the final mission of each area, from 1 to 8, flying the F1. We're starting again with that single Area 1 mission, about the UN being attacked by the unidentified, but oh so clearly Russian planes. Wait, didn't this mission start on a carrier? Oh, we're skipping the carrier, we're just airborne. But why am I looking at a Cold War cockpit again? Am I back in Strike Fighters 2? The fuck?
Don't worry about me, pal. Just pay attention to what you're doing. We have bogeys inbound to the UN? Well, somebody sure wants attention. Committing against target now.
I have to say that old school gun sights and the mechanical cockpits are growing on me.
Copy, Summers.
Alfred, the fuck are you doing?
Freeze up on me out there. Cargo 1, good kill.
We actually have a bit of a problem here. There are 5 targets, I only have 4 missiles. I need a gun kill. The way unlockables work in Hell is that for each mission you beat in this mode, you unlock a fancy tarted up reskin of a plane from the regular game. But you can't use them, no. You have to complete this mode using the F1, unless you cheat. Yeah, there is a way to cheat yourself out of Hell. You simply start the Hell mode, and then go and rename your player profile. And suddenly you can use every single plane you've unlocked for this.
Cargo 1, instructions please.
Beat Hell mode, and you unlock this plane.
Air targets, these suckers are going down.
Okay, gun kill, Strike Fighters 2 style.
Gargoyle, bandit confirms blast.
I did say Strike Fighters 2 style, didn't I? Let's take a look at the replay. I want to see this collision again. This F1 is the game's hardest unlockable, not counting all those boss planes you need to grind for in the arena or online. And this is a plane from the... well, according to the game's info page, you'll see it in the loading screen when I finish this mission, This plane is from 1975. It's on the same tech level as the A-10, only not made by cowboys for cowboys. It's a Japanese development, although they were quite obviously copying their homework from the British Jaguar. Beautiful, and also quite enough. And I don't envy those who tried to beat the final mission of Area 7 using this, with only 4 Sidewinders. Oh, and that tiny paragraph is all they could write about their ultimate unlockable. They say this line of planes is the first Japanese supersonic development after the war. Because we all know about those supersonic Japanese interwar planes, don't we? This has been OverG Fighters. Not everything the game has to offer, but then again everything the game has to offer is strong enough to kill a horse. Let's stop here and play something different. Something better, or at least something simpler. It's time to have some fun.